Hello children, we'll start with chapter 6, ratio and proportion. Let's start the chapter. Okay, starting with what is a ratio? The comparison of two quantities of the same kind is called a ratio. Now when we say same kind, we mean that their unit must be same. The symbol that is used for ratio is a symbol of a colon. Now next, coming to proportion. Equality of two ratios is called a proportion. So say we have four terms. Term 1, let it be A. Term 2, let it be B. Term 3, let it be C. And term 4, let it be D. The ratio between A and B equals to the ratio between C and D. If this is equal, the terms are said to be in proportion. Here, your term 1 and term 2 must be of the same kind, and term 3 and term 4 must be of the same kind. For equality, either we can use a sign of equal to or we can have a double colon. To find that whether the terms are in proportion or no, we use a cross product rule to find that proportion between the terms. Now what is the cross product rule? Cross product rule is that product of extremes. Now when I say extremes, I mean the outer terms, that is the first and the last term. And it's equal to product of means. When I say means, it means the inner terms, and here the second and the third term, they are the mean terms or the inner terms. So we'll be checking one example to make it more clear. So let there be four terms, 2, 4, 9 and 18, and I have to find that are the terms in proportion. So we have just now done that whether to find the terms are in proportion or no, we have to use a cross product rule. That's product of extremes is equal to product of means. So we'll find the product of extremes first. 2 multiplied by 18, these are the extreme terms, which is equal to 36. Product of means, 4 multiplied by 9, which is again equal to 36. So here we can see that 36, product of extremes is equal to product of means. So yes, we can say that the terms are in proportion. Now coming to the next term, continued proportion. It's almost same. The only difference is in continued proportion is that we get three terms, A, B and C, or 1, 2 and 3. So here to form a proportion, we double the middle term, which is also called mean proportion. So we're going to double mean term. A ratio B, that's ratio between first and second, is equal to B ratio C, that's the ratio between the second and the third term. Now let's see one example. Are the terms in continued proportion, and the terms are 4, 12 and 36. So as there are three terms, it's a continued proportion case. We'll double the middle term. So we'll repeat 12, and outer terms extremes, inner terms means. Product of extremes, that's 4 into 36, which is 144. Product of means, which is 12 into 12, which is again 144. Now as we can see that 144, 144, product of extremes is equal to product of means. So we can say that yes, the terms are in continued proportion. Okay, coming to exercise 6.1. Now first I'll just tell you which all questions you have to do yourself. From question number 1, third part, that's your homework. Although I'll explain what you have to do. Question number 2 is your homework. Question number 3, find the fourth proportion. Question number 4, find the fourth proportion. Now these two questions are same, so we'll be combining these questions. You have to do first part of question 3, first part of question 4, and third part of question number 4. Question 5, you have to do the third part. Question number 6, you have to do the second part. Question number 7 is also your homework, and question number 8, third part, is your homework. Now let's begin with question number 1. Find the value of x. Now we have missing term x. Let's check the solution. Exercise 6.1, first question. Now we have 1, 2, 3, 4 terms. We have already done product of extremes, that is the outer is equal to product of means. So outer terms are 3.5 multiplied by 12. Inner terms are 2.5 multiplied by x. You keep x here, and whatever is with the x, like 2.5, which is being multiplied. When you take it to the other side, it has to divide. Decimal removed. We'll cut it with 5. 5 5s are 25. 5 7s are 35. 7 12s are 84. And 84 divided by 5 is equal to 16.8. Therefore, the value is 16.8. Next part. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 terms already in proportion. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. 2 upon 5 multiplied by x is equal to 1 by 3 multiplied by 3 by 7. Keeping x here, whatever is with x will be taken to the other side. Now we have a fraction here which is being multiplied with x. When we take a fraction to the other side, we have to reciprocate that, which means 2 upon 5 will become 5 upon 2. Now on cutting, 3 ones are 3, 3 ones are 3. We cannot cut further. So 5 into 1 gives us 5 and 2 into 7 into 1 gives us 14. The value of x is equal to 40. Now moving on to the next question. Now as I told you, you have to do the second question yourself. Check whether 3.75, 18.75 and 93.75 are in continued proportion or not. Now continued proportion means you will be doubling the middle term and then use the cross product rule. That's product of extremes is equal to product of means. Now question 3, find the fourth proportion, and question 4 is also find the fourth proportion. So we'll start with this part. Let's check the solution. Okay, this is question 3 and 4 combined. 2.3, 4.6 and 3, and we have to find the fourth proportion. So beginning the solution, let the fourth proportion be x. Now when we have fourth proportion as x, 1, 2, 3 and the fourth one is x. Ratio between first and second is equal to ratio between third and fourth. Using cross product rule, product of extremes is equal to product of means. 2.3 into x is equal to 4.3 into 3. Keeping x here, shifting 2.3 to the other side, removing the decimal and reducing the value of x is equal to 6. Therefore, fourth proportion is equal to 6. Okay, next part. 1, 2, 3. Let the fourth proportion be x. Mixed fractions, we'll change them to improper fractions. Ratio between first and second is equal to ratio between third and fourth. Product of extremes is equal to product of means, multiplying the outer terms, multiplying the inner terms. Keeping x here, 2 by 3. Taken to the other side becomes 3 by 2 because we reciprocated. Now 4 ones are 4 and 4 threes are 12. Multiplying all the numerators we get 81. Multiplying all the denominators we get 10. 81 upon 10 is improper, so we change it to mix. That's 8 1 upon 10. Therefore the fourth proportion is equal to 8 1 upon 10. Now in the next part, 72, 1.2, 60. One is millimeters, one is meters, one is centimeters. So all 4 units are different. So what we can do, we can either change all the 3 units to a common unit, or we can have first and second term of the same unit and third and fourth unit of the term of the same unit. So I'm changing this meters. 1 meter is 100 centimeters. So 1.2 meters will become 1.2 multiplied by 100, 120 centimeters. Let the fourth proportion be x. Ratio between 1 and 2 is equal to ratio between 3 and 4. Product of extremes is equal to product of means. Outer term 72 into x is equal to 122. Product of means 120 into 60. Keeping x here and taking the 72 to the other side, it has to divide. Multiplication becomes division. Now cutting it, I have cut with 12. 12 tens are 120 and 12 6 is 72. 6 ones are 6, 6 tens are 60. 10 into 10 is 100. The value of x is equal to 100. Therefore, the fourth proportion is equal to 100. Now, what unit will come here? The third and the fourth unit must be of the same unit. The third one was mm, that's millimeters. So, fourth proportion is also in millimeters. So, we finished the first part. Now, we'll move on to the second part of the chapter.